everyone, Scrappy Kathy here with 30 Days of Sketches by Christy's Beautiful Life. I'm not combining it with Load today because I'm the featured designer at Load and I had to turn that layout in a couple weeks ago before the sketches came out. So this is just me doing a sketch. And here's the sketch, and it's simple and sweet. You can kind of complicate it by doing a lot of stuff by hand, but I'm going to take the easy way out. And I'm hoping this will be a quick process that'll still yield an impressive looking capturing of a memory. So the photo I'm using here is one that I had never seen before. It was probably taken in, I don't want to, like 2012, 2013, I forget which, but James is there making a face. Barrett is kind of holding back, not quite sure what to make of everything. Ava's acting goofy, sticking her little high tops that are filled with stars, her superhero high tops she used to call them. And Katie's there just smiling and being beautiful. And it's just kind of a typical family scene among those four. And I'm going to have some, I've written, we'll be writing, I've written it down on a scratch piece of paper, and I will be putting it on this tag, but the tag's going to be hidden behind the photo. So when I mat the photo, I'll have to remember that I'm needing to provide a spot for that. Right now, I'm just trimming around the photo. I usually do that off camera, but since I think this one's going to be fairly short, I thought I'd go ahead and do it. I also am going to take a shortcut with the circle. I could have die cut a circle out of a pattern paper, and there's a square, the square background, and then a square enclosing the circle, and then the florals and the photo, and then there's some other rectangles of pattern paper. Well, for my circle, I'm going to use a doily, and to me that's enough of a pattern that I don't have to have all these things. I'm just going to have my photo, but I am going to mat my photo. Well, first of all, let me show you the background paper I've chosen. When I started collecting stuff, this was the pattern that I thought I would use. This is a 2013 pattern from My Mind's Eye from the Collectible collection by Jen Allison. And I love the texture. I love My Mind's Eye paper to begin with. But I kind of thought that I liked this. Right now, I guess with all of the checkered patterns that are out there for fall and winter home decorating, I'm kind of liking that check. That check is sort of speaking to me. So, I'm just going to go ahead and start. I'm going to use a pre-cut. It's there was a pattern paper in Vicki Boutin's fall line last year called Wildflowers and Honey. And there was this floral up at the top corner, and then there was another down at the bottom corner. And I used the other one on something. I've cut this one and just didn't have exactly the right page to use it on. So I'm going to put some foam behind it. Get the right scissors and just it's going to be easy peasy to get that placed on there, but I think the first thing I'm going to do is make the square. I'm going to do that by setting my, let me get this out of the way. I'm going to lay this paper over the square that's printed, the 12 by 12 square that's printed in the center of my cutting mat. And then I'm going to take the washi tape. This washi tape is, I forget what brand, but it's got a very subtle, almost a fish scale kind of look. And I'm going to kind of do it 2 inches in. And that may, there. And I'm going to let it go all the way to the end. And then I'll kind of crisscross it. There, let's see. This color is kind of in between these kind of orangey, corally, pinky kinds of florals there. So I thought it would work. And a lot of it's going to be covered up by the doily anyway. But you'll get the idea of the kind of the structure that's having that square. It gives the page. It kind of grounds it in a way. And I'm going to switch my florals around. Well, maybe. We'll see. I had thought I'd switch them around so that everything's on the left side. Because the photo, if I put it on the right side, I might lose a bit of Katie's face. Katie's face is kind of cut off to begin with. Okay, so now I'm going to just wrap these bits around. Oops, got to straighten that one out. Okay. The family, I pulled this out of my scraps in my How to Kill a Kit with Style kit, and it's a little bit, there's not a good space on here. I guess this is, I was going to go ahead and distress it because there was not enough of it that wasn't distressed, that wasn't torn, but I think I can do it this way. It's torn on both ends. It's a thin paper, and I just really like the kind of black on brown dot with the little circles around it. But it is kind of a paper that's prone to tearing, so usually I distress it, but I didn't want to do that with this page, so that stands out enough there. Let me get the doily, and I'm gonna, okay, let me get that kind of down. I'll do the doily. Well, let's see where we're going to do the flowers. Do I want to do the flowers kind of in a corner as they were originally? And then this. If I do, I may want them here. And here. Let me kind of do that. Then I can maybe slide it at a slight angle like that. I like that. Okay, so doily goes in the middle. And these doilies are, they're probably 2 or 3 stuck together to give a little bit nicer for it to have a little bit more dimension and to look a little bit thicker, I guess is the word I'm going for. Okay, so I want I'm getting good at these pockets. I did one on yesterday's layout. Let me make sure I'm doing this right. The family, let's see if it doesn't fit. Okay, so we'll go thinner and more over here. And I'm going to have to put a little bit of paper there to take up that tag. Okay. I don't want my tag to stick in there, that glue, but doing that should help. Okay, and there's enough room there now, not quite. Okay. Well, I've already got a thin piece here. I can put it there, and I do know that that will fit. Okay, so that was kind of silly. I talked about planning ahead, and I do want a stopper down here at the bottom. So I'll do that, and I'll write the journaling later. But I've got my pocket already when I do put that down, and it's going to go that way, so. Okay, so we're ready to do this, and you have to understand how hard it is for me to use this because I love these florals. It's just gorgeous. Now I thought about putting it along the side and maybe cutting this so that it was more rounded, or even cutting from here to here so that I had just the kind of the straighter line. But I absolutely love it as it is, and it kind of deserves that prominent corner location there. So I'm thinking I like that. My title here is going to be This Is Us. That's not only a good title for it, but it's my son's favorite television show of all time, and he's been trying to get the kids to watch it. Ava has watched it with him, and she's gotten to like it, but neither Katie nor Barrett. Katie doesn't have any time. She's going to school and working, and let me put this down in there. It's a little long. That's what I thought I was gonna face. Okay, that's good. That manila tag is almost exactly the color of the background there. It was kind of a mixed media look, a watercolory look, but it has a definite manila tone to it. So I thought I would try to get to superimpose that title onto this label, and we'll see. I was going to do all four. By the way, I got this from the internet. That's the actual graphics for the title. Let me do this, and let me cut this out. And I thought at first when I found it, I was just looking to see what font, to see if I could match the font in some of my thickers or something. And I could have used a thin non-serif type font for the This Is, and then a thicker one for Us, and I just decided not to do that. So can I do that on there? I'm glad I printed it several times, because this is one, sometimes with these, I don't mind if there's a hand cut look. In this case, I really want it nice and straight. Okay, that's about as close as I want to get there. Okay, and let me get my inker. Just to make it a little distinct when I overlay it on the label, if I decide to do that, in fact. So because the florals and the doily give so much texture and visual interest there, I'm not going to use a lot of embellishing. I am going to use some Nuvo drops in that copper color. Okay, that works. I think it goes in between those lines on the tag, so it doesn't fit entirely on the tag. If I'd thought about using the tag, I could have sized it so that it did, but I don't mind it hanging off like that. But what I want to do is I'll put that there at the same angle as the photo, but kind of sneak it underneath the doily, and then I'll let that guide my spacing for the title. So there. And do I want this on a little bit of foam? Maybe so. I thought surely this one would be one that was neat. I'll do this, and then I'll double it at this end, because it's going to be on the overhanging. There we go. Okay. So now I'm going to do Let me run it onto a test piece. I know I'm throwing this away. Whoops, okay. Okay. All right. I'll do one here. And I'll turn this around and do one right in here. Okay. Easy peasy, simple, quick, just a little bit of journaling, and I have somewhat honored the sketch. In any case, you can see that I got the superimposed square as an idea. I like it. I'm happy with it. So, thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow with the next sketch and tomorrow's load prompt. Bye.